What's up, everybody? Welcome to a Wednesday morning edition of The Squeeze. I am Tyler Conium, coming off an off day yesterday. I had 0 bets. Excited to get back into it today. On Monday, we went 3-2. We went 3-0 here on the video, and 0-2 on player props. I've got to learn no more full units on player props. I just haven't been hitting those, so we're going to go back to half a unit on player props. But nevertheless, 3-2 weeks so far, up 0.65 units, and excited for today. We've got 3 bets: college basketball, NBA, and the NHL. So we're going to start in college basketball with Michigan State at Penn State. Should be a great basketball game tonight at 6:30. Michigan State comes into this at 5-4. Penn State comes into this at 6-2, and they're also 5-2 ATS. Michigan State 3-6 ATS. So Penn State's been great. They've been 4-0 at home this season, 2-1 on neutral sites, and they've been winning basketball games. So I have them -4. That's right, Penn State -4. Michigan State coming off a 70-63 loss to Northwestern, a 70-52 loss to Notre Dame. They just aren't playing great basketball this season. They're not a very good team. Whereas Penn State coming off a loss to Clemson, 101-94. That was in overtime. But then previous to that, they won 70-57, 68-56. They have a loss to Virginia Tech, 61-59. But they've been doing pretty good. Penn State, they're 6-0 ATS in their last 6 games after allowing 90 points, so they tighten up their defense after big losses. They're also 6-0 ATS in their last 6 following a straight-up loss, and they are 13-2-1 ATS in their last 16 home games. So the Nittany Lions play very well at home. Michigan State, they're 0-4 ATS their last 4 Wednesday games. They're 0-5 in their last 5 versus a team with a winning record. And actually 0-5 against a team with a record above 60% as well. So Michigan State's just not playing the good teams very well. The Penn State Nittany Lions are on a roll so far this season, so I like them to cover at home at -4. And we got that at Bet365. Shifting to the National Basketball Association, I'm looking at the Atlanta Hawks and the New York Knicks games. I like Atlanta straight up on the money line on this one. Atlanta is the underdog. They're +110. That is at DraftKings. Atlanta comes into this 13-11. Knicks have the opposite record at 11-13. But they have very similar road and home records. So Atlanta is 5-6 away from home, and New York's only 5-7 at Madison Square Garden. They've actually been better on the road this season than they have been at home. The Hawks lost 2 nights ago to OKC, but previous to that, they had a big win against Denver, and then a pretty dominating win at Orlando. Whereas the Knicks are struggling a little bit. They've lost 2 of their last 3. They beat Cleveland last time out, which is impressive. That was at home. They're on a 4-game homestand. Previous to their win to Cleveland, they lost by 20 to Dallas and by 6 to Milwaukee. I just like the Atlanta Hawks to win this. They are, the New York Knicks, they're playing to the under. The Knicks are 1-7-1 ATS in their last 9 following a win, so they're not rebounding off their wins very well. And they're also 1-6 ATS in their last 7 against a team with a winning record. They're playing a lot of under games, so these teams are, they're 12-12 to the under, but when they play Atlanta, they tend to go under. So the last time these two teams met was in November of this year. Atlanta won that game 112-99. That was in Atlanta. And then dating back to last year, they won their previous matchup in March, 117-111. So I just think Atlanta wins this basketball game the way that both teams are playing, the way that both teams are trending. New York has not been great at home. I just like the Atlanta Hawks to win this game, especially especially coming off a loss to Oklahoma City. They're going to be looking for revenge there. So Atlanta Hawks money line +110 at DraftKings. And our last bet of the night, we look to the National Hockey League and the Vancouver Canucks at the San Jose Sharks. I like the over 6.5 for this game. We've got it at -120 at BetMGM. So the Canucks are 16-10 to the over this year. The Sharks are 16-11. So combined 32-21 to the over. So these are 2 over teams. Neither of them are very great. Vancouver is 11-12. San Jose is 8-16, which means they're giving up a lot of goals. The goaltending matchup tonight is priming to be Spencer Martin, who's 7-2 for Vancouver, but he's got a .337 GAA and only an 89 save percentage, going up against former Leaf James Reimer at San Jose. He's only 5-8. He's got a goals against of 3. and a save percentage just over 9. And then when you look at these two teams, so the over is 19-6 for the Canucks in their last 27 games versus a team with a losing record. The over is 15-5 the last 20 times they've scored 5 or more goals. Over is 9-1 for the Sharks in their last 10 against the Western Conference. Same deal for their last 10 against the Pacific Conference, and over is 5-1 in the Sharks' last 6 when their opponent allows 5 or more goals in their previous game. When you look at their head-to-head meetings, over is 4-0 in their last 4, and the road team is 4-1 in the last 5 meetings, which means Vancouver. So I just think there's going to be a lot of goals in this game. When you look at their previous few games, Vancouver won 7-6, 3-2, 5-1, 5-1, 4-3. So they're always around 6 or 7. You look at San Jose, their total 6-3, 5-2, 3-1, 4-3. So they're always around the 6 or 7 mark. So I like this game to go over just the way that they play each other. The last time they met was just a couple of weeks ago, November the 27th. It was a 4-3 finish. Going back to last year, 4-2, 5-4, 5-2, 5-2. So they play a lot of over games. So over 6.5, -120 at BetMGM. So let's just run down the card again quickly. We've got Penn State -4, -4. We got that at -110 at Bet365. We've got the Atlanta Hawks beating the New York Knicks on the money line, +110 at DraftKings. And finally, over 6.5 goals between Vancouver and San Jose at -120 at BetMGM. As always, drop a comment if you're fading or following. You can follow me on Twitter at Tyler Conium, where I post more picks and player props throughout the day. And I have started Telegram. I don't really know if I like it. You guys let me know if it's something that you think is fun or not. I might just stick to Twitter for now. But either way, let's just talk sports.